So sorry to be the last one before the lunch. I'll try to make it quick. Thank you for the introduction. My name is Greg. I'm Chief Product Officer at Workai, and we help companies to engage people, to connect teams, and the whole parts of organizations by providing the one platform which allows IC managers, but also HR managers to make it fun, engaging, and easier without any technical knowledge. So today I will talk about the success story of one of our largest customers from Germany. So building an employee experience platform for more than 40,000 people here in Germany working as consultants, so remotely usually. And it's an award-winning, as you can see, success story. So let's hope to show you how to do that, how to win the best intranet in the world award, maybe, for your next project. All right, so DVAG is Germany's largest financial consulting company. If you know them, I think you are familiar with them. So they have 18,000 consultants working full-time, but also part-time employees working as their own companies, let's say. They have teams they care about. They have 5,000 departments, but also they cover more than 8 million customers from here in Germany, but also other countries around. So they do a lot of consultations, as you can imagine, 500,000 consultations per month, and it's not like all in person. They also need to actually go to a customer. They need to learn about the offer, about the product they offer, and then sell it. Yeah, because it's like insurance, for example, gold options, other investment options, right? So they need a platform. They needed a platform actually to allow them to sell better, to improve sales communication. And similar to the previous case study, actually, we started our cooperation together with a merger. They merged with a part of German Generali group, I think, yeah. And we had to quickly onboard like 3,000 employees to the DVAG company. So we've set up a portal in less than 3 months to onboard them, to allow them to learn about the company, about the processes. And then we started a big project because they like it. They like the smaller part, and we started to actually transform the whole platform, the old intranets, into one connected employee experience platform. So as you can imagine, those pain points are similar to any other old intranet, right? So outdated UI and UX, no mobile access, bad search engine. Mostly communication were mostly conducted using emails or static files. Actually, I'm surprised that they were growing so fast, even with those static database of documents, offers, forms, and information about products they sell, actually. So lack of analytics, so they didn't know what to do, what people are looking for, what people are reading the most. Limited communication channels and no personalization options. So a lot of pain points, as you can see. But luckily, we started with setting up some goals for the new platform, right? So personalization as one of the most important goals, and just-in-time internal console. Right now, when they need it, because they also work in restricted or in the area where law comes in. Like they need to know about everything which comes from the financial sector. For example, new taxes, right? New options for new market. Market options also. So also they needed a place for instant access to ever-growing knowledge about products, right? So they need to know about a product to sell it, right? So the database or the knowledge base of all of different products, they have a few hundred products they sell, had to be easy to access with intelligent search, with personalization also. So multiple feedback channels to get information about how they work, what to improve, what are their opinions, and to actually educate more people, new salesmen, new consultants with the new products, about the new products. Easy to use CMS for non-technical users. So it was also important for them to not ask the internal IT department to create content, to create even whole portals about new products, about new procedures or processes inside a company. short time to value because we didn't have much time to actually onboard new users, available mobile, and also the important part was the product roadmap because they knew that they would need to expand with new features or new use cases inside a company which hires more than 100 people each month. 100 people each month for new teams, for new product teams, or or the headquarters team to answer all the challenges. The solution was Workai, as you can imagine. That's why I'm here. So we were able to meet most of the initial criteria sorry, with the rapid deployment and onboarding. So with quick start to launch. So the first project was like in 3 months. The bigger project was in 6 months. So from the first part to the whole platform, it was less than a year. By migrating all the old stuff to the new platform, so they even didn't have the sunset period with the old platform. Easy to CMS, as mentioned, multiple content types and also personalization. The search, which is a big part of the platform, and product updates. So when comparing different vendors, DVAG uses metrics like time to value, price for value, of course, and ease of use. Yeah. The implementation was quick because Workai is already ready to go platform. We've been able to quickly install it on Azure Cloud, then provide it to present the ready to go platform to all the publishers or all the product departments for them to start working with it, to start creating the content. So all the core features they needed were already in place. We started with workshops, with building information architecture together with them, because we also provide a kind of framework for building effective information architectures. Then for more integrations, like with financial systems or their CRM or analytics, we provided with agile approach to show the results as soon as possible, get feedback using analytics, using feedback channels, and also weekly meetings with them. So we've been able to find areas to improve very quickly using analytics, which were already embedded in the tool, in the platform. So for a company of this size, the launch is also with some. It's also a big one. So the new platform was introduced during internal conference of 6,000 people sitting in a big hall. They watched the video which introduced the new platform, about the features, how their life will change, and in the same day, on the same night, they also got the link to the new platform on the mobile device. So they've been able to immediately start using it, check it out, and become brand heroes of a new platform to promote it inside a company. And the feedback was outstanding from the management, but also from users. They will all be happy to try a new platform to finally see how the world outside the company matches the one inside the company, right? Because we've been all using those customer-centered apps or portals, but inside different departments or different companies, there are quite old systems, so they've been happy with that. Numbers, so adoption rate more than 90%. That's a huge one. More than 15 million Intra NET visits since the launch. So a lot of visits which actually have more like 5 minutes of average visit time. So that's a lot of time spent in the intranet or in the knowledge base. A lot of searches, file downloads and opens, media plays, more than 10 years of media watched and listened because they publish a lot of videos and podcasts to engage users, to provide more information about the new products, for example, or about new procedures, new ways of working, new ways of selling. So a lot of media. As you can imagine, the more areas which were improved were around reach and engagement, right? So increased information reach thanks to different channels, different formats of the content, engagement thanks to personalized and interactive communication, because right now they can actually say who sees what, who receives what, on which level, from which department, from which company, or from which country. Decreased number of support requests. Actually, core team of internal comms or internal marketing, as they call it, is 6 people. Only 6 people taking care of the communication for 40,000 people. So that's how the platform allows them to do that. Yeah, maintenance and development costs, of course, thanks to the cloud and the fact that the platform is ready and updated frequently. So where's the employee experience in all of that? So the platform supports employees at a very stage of the journey inside the company, from the onboarding process through getting the knowledge communication, daily communication, through getting the knowledge from the knowledge base, interacting with each others in the internal social network through different channels like Microsoft Teams or mobile, on notifications, newsletters, pop-ups, banners, all of that. So here are a few features which tell about the experience we try to merge in one platform. So at first, the content, which is the most important part, if you can imagine, about the communication. So you communicate the content or communicate a message of specific type, right? So building a consistent, responsive by default and interactive pages from ready-made blocks, or just drag and drop, build it as your own without any technical knowledge, without worrying about how it will look like, will be consistent with your branding, or which font size should I use, right? Or which image should I use? It's all there. So you can create more than 60 different types of content, like news, events, newsletters, FAQ pages, glossaries, but also pop-ups windows, pop-up windows, or recruitment, or yeah, a lot of different types of content. I can show you that later in our booth. But also blocks, like parts of the content, so text, images, media, interactive, collapsing, expanding. Just you can imagine building a website inside a company without any technical knowledge. You just drag and drop without worrying, in fact, of what will happen. You cannot break it. So thanks to the personalization, they have one joint platform with one homepage as an information hub with all the links or the information in one place. So they start their day with the homepage with all the information they subscribe to, for example, or it's important to them, to those consultants, right? So not only content is personalized, but also the navigation, all the shortcuts can be personalized, forms and parts of a page. They have, if you can imagine a content which should be different for different departments, you don't have to create 5 different versions of the content. You can create one version and change those specific parts which are dedicated to anyone else based on their position, department, for example, or previous actions based on the analytics, right? And yeah, subscription-based notifications about interesting content, so they can also follow the content they want to receive, right? Search, which is the center of all information. So if you have even a perfect information architecture, you don't want users to go through all those levels of navigation. You want them to just search for it, right? Just like we are used to look for information on any public website. We don't go to website.com and look for information. We just put a keyword in Google and the domain we want to search in, right? So that's how we approach the search. Personalized search based on user query, but also permissions, audiences, tags, and other filters. Internal SEO, that's a new term, I would say. So you can put different keywords for different pages to make this content be visible for specific queries, for specific user queries, right? So you can run internal campaigns and check the analytics if your communication reaches those people you want, and then improve the reach using keywords. You can promote specific content at the top of the search results to always provide the specific information when people ask for it, right? So it's like free internal ads in your search. Search feedback, so if people don't find anything or they don't find something they are looking for, they can provide a feedback that they haven't found something, and the search learns about that. So the search will know that this result is not the best one for this question, for example, right? Search analytics to improve the experience. So DVAG can learn about what people are looking for, in which time frame, for example, and also what they cannot find. So they can see all the keywords which have no results. That's a good one, because when people start looking for something, it gets popular, then they cannot find something. So thanks to that, thanks to this analytics, they can add the content or add some tags to the content for this content to be found by users, right? Another one, media. As you know, this is a popular concept. Videos are the best way for them to provide important information, updates, weekly updates, daily updates. Also videos provided by other employees. So they learn from each other. Senior consultants teach junior consultants, right, about their approach for sales to a customer, how to sell something, right? Live broadcasts are replacements for offline events, of course. That's the default one. Training videos, Q&A sessions, knowledge sharing, user-submitted content. So yeah, as mentioned, they try to share their knowledge, and then they become internal heroes for sharing the knowledge, yeah, experts. Podcasts as a new, highly engaging medium for providing the information. They publish weekly podcasts or monthly podcasts about product updates, so the consultants can listen to during the traffic jam, for example, or working out and learn about new things using podcasts. Media analytics for tracking engagement. They know where people drop off, when they stop listening or watching a video, specific video, how many times specific video was watched inside the intranet. And in the whole perspective, in the whole area of different medias, they can learn which one is the most popular. So it's not like on YouTube where you see only views. You can learn about specific videos or specific communication parts of the videos, which are the most engaging. Omnichannel, which was mentioned today also a few times. So the employee experience platform's approach allows companies to meet users well, so users where they are or which device and different devices. Each piece of information can be delivered using different channel, right? So you can translate marketing campaigns into internal communication, right? So you can run a campaign which converts to, for example, file download, a form being filled by users, and then say that this communication can go through notification, Microsoft Teams mobile app, a newsletter, a pop-up window, and a banner on the homepage, or something like that. And then, thanks to that, you can reach more people and then learn which channel performs the best, and then invest more in those channels, right? And again, you can take actions based on previous actions on those analytics, so you know that 50% of your newsletter audiences haven't opened the email or haven't clicked an email or your newsletter. You can then improve the reach of your specific communication by sending them a push notification, right, or a notification in Microsoft Teams. So DVAG uses multi-channel or omni-channel also to reach people of different ages. They have people of 20 years old, but also 60 and 70, and they try to engage all of them using similar content or similar language, but different channels. So it's not like only the integration. It's the whole platform that allows communicators to engage more people. And at the end of the day, it improves sales, right? It improves services, customer support, all of those areas where actually people need to get information from. And the analytics and all of that. So this should be a default feature of every platform, internal platform, right? So you need to know as a communicator, you need to know where people come from, what they are looking for, what they are looking at, what they are looking for, how many times some action has been taken to improve communication across all channels, right? So the channels are different, but you need to have all those data in one place to know from where people go from to reach your content and where they go after, right? Which action is then taken. To improve user experience with heat maps, you know where people click, where are misclicks, for example, right? So yeah, maybe this is a good example here. We've added a read more button, so people started to click on it because the whole area of news rotator is clickable, but then only when we added a read more, we learned that people tend to click on that. To improve conversion of reading this promoted news. Yes, you can think about, again, about this analytics as marketing analytics. You can set goals, measure KPIs, you can see how many people go through your funnel of different actions or different channels. And to increase engagement, to target information based on those analytics, right? To take more actions and have a governance of and data ownership of all of that. Yeah, lessons learned and best practices. So I've talked about that before, but the most important part is to think about internal communication as internal marketing campaigns, right? So then you have this mindset of thinking that your employees are your customers. So it's a customer experience, but also it's an employee experience. How all of you or all of companies in the world try to sell something, services, products, and they invest a lot of money into customer experience, into following a customer through a specific journey, right? They clicked on a website, they should get an email or pop-up notification, they should get personalized ads. After that, they search for something, maybe they like something like that, or maybe like that, and the companies invest a lot of money in AI, for example, just to get more customers, right? So why don't you use the same approach inside a company? We have the technology, we have the mindset, we have the tools, we have the skills, so we can do that, right? And feedback channels are also very important to get information from different perspectives, different sources, not only a form on a website or your intranet, but also in a mobile device, in search results, in the contacts list, for example, or on the other page. So you know about those kind of feedbacks, like you ask if this content is useful for you, right? So this is just a human opinion, but when you get out of those opinions, you can learn that this content is not quite useful. So you can improve your next communication, right? The award. So this deployment was awarded by Nielsen Norman Group as one of the 10 best intranets in the world in terms of user experience and feature set. This is our second one. First one we won the first one in 2018, I think. Yeah, 2018. So it's like winning two Oscars. Yeah, I mean, you are in the intranet business, so you know how important it is. Yeah, the full report, actually, the full case study is also available on our website, so you can download see the customer's perspective on that and our input. So this award is a confirmation also that our approach, innovative approach, I would say, and commitment to improving things with technology, right, is not only recognized by our customers, but also by international experts, right? So it's not an award you can pay for. It's opinion of world leaders of usability. So Workai, we try to introduce a new approach into building employee experience platforms or experiences or digital experiences, and cover as many digital touchpoints of an employee with an organization as possible with the most convenient and easy way, right? So we don't tell you to learn anything new. You have all those skills inside your head, right? You have all this imagination, or you have all those strategies. So why you need to struggle with technology, right? Which is not your job. So that's why we always try to challenge ourselves and providing more and more useful features, but also easy to use. Right? It's a very generic word, easy to use, but you can try yourself and see. Yeah. So that's it for me. Yeah, 25 minutes. Thank you. Any questions?
So any question? We have time for one question at least. There will be food anyway, don't worry. I'm coming.
Sorry for that again.
Yeah, and before we go, actually, I need to tell you something about the streams, but after the question. Oh, you. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. Magdalena speaking from Stora Enso.
Oh.
I have a question related to the omnichannels that you mentioned. Actually, you said something about videos and other channels used. How did you know which channel used for chosen target group? Did you just guess, or did you have any data in advance, or did you just adapt to the experience data that you gained during the process?
Yeah, so we have the analytics platform, so you can learn about the transition of a user. It's not like the channel is specific, the communication is specific to a channel, right? So you cannot actually send a long text using the push notification or using the video. You try to get users to your specific content, which is, for example, a video, by specific channels. Maybe this is the answer, but at the end of the day, the analytics allows us to provide more engaging content using specific channels. So, for example, we have a campaign of promoting a new product. Yeah, this is a huge one because the new product has some sales goals, right? It needs to be sold a lot of times during a specific period of time. And then we want users to learn about the product, so we produce a podcast, a video, a newsletter, but also a news which is embedded in the newsletter, a pop-up window, right? And then also a notification which could be mandatory for all of the consultants in specific region of a country. So we assure that people get it. And this is the first part only. So then we measure which channel performs the best, and then we do a follow-up. So this is not just one-time thing. This is a whole campaign. You need to plan it, right? So you have the first communication, then a follow-up to users who haven't interacted with the content we want, right? And with the specific channels they didn't interact with, and we try and then at the end of the day we have the KPI and conversion rate, and we see how it goes and what we can do next. For example, send a follow-up email or send different notification or A/B test notifications when we can do different titles of news, right? And see which is more clickable and so on. So this is kind of marketing approach, right? So we try to convert users during a specific period of time using different channels and different media formats.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, since you are so engaged, let's go for another question, but then
very short question. So, Alice speaking again, and congratulations to your second award.
Thank you.
And my question, you are talking a lot about search experience.
Yeah.
So do you have a specific search engine, or?
Yeah, we're using Azure Cognitive Search with our own tools connected to that, so we can search for content, through files, for media, for images, for example, for videos, and also improve the search with the feedback. So it's not like just search by user query. If user searches for something, user can provide a feedback that is a good search, so it will pop up higher in the next similar search, or lower when it's not a good one, right? And of course, filtering by different, for example, categories, tags, types of content, but also dates and so on. So we can improve the algorithm looking at the statistics and see, for example, we need to increase the score, which is a technical word, but the accuracy, for example, of specific pairs of content based on, for example, a date or based on another factor, right? because people tend to put keywords in titles, but also in the intro of the text or the text itself. They can also use keywords just to make the content visible higher in the search results. So it's a process, of course. The search is as good as the content is, right? But we can help people get the content based on analytics, the feedback, and also the algorithms which help us to get the first results as the best ones.
Hi, Joanna again, and I promise it's going to be very short. It's a more of yes or no question. So you're talking about campaigns and marketing approach, but with all that content that we as internal comms have to digest and send and distribute, is it like this company that you presented the case of is using this campaign approach for every communications they're sending?
Of course
or
not.
is like 10% of the communications?
Of course not. I would say 30%, because they need to promote new products, new procedures, for example, or they need to provide, or of course they have some internal campaigns about the internal actions, like or getting money for the charity. They organize big events, family gatherings, and so on. So this is the company approach, and for new things, right? But of course for the usual content like updates or social advisory, or just any. This is just the communication using the interactive content, right? Sorry for the long answer.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.